Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio and to part 2 of the art book from Scrap Papers from the 100-Day Challenge. I bound the book in part 1 and now I'm just messing with it and embellishing, and I'm going to add a few little tabs to some pages with some standard size staples and some of the random bits of fabric. I don't know why I trimmed that down. I guess it was sticking out weird. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just picking a few pages, sticking a few of these on. Yeah. Now I'm looking for a different color. Nope, I can't use that. It's falling apart. Okay, we'll go for some purple and green. So I hope you're all having an awesome day today or a good week. I think this will come up on a Saturday, so I hope you're having a happy Saturday. Yeah, I just liked flipping through the pages. So where the two signatures come together, there's like this big gap. And it shouldn't bother me, but it does. So I'm going to take a piece of fabric and bridge the gap with it. I figured, why not? Just put a little glue on either side, and I wanted to incorporate the fabric anyway, so we'll just let it bridge the gap. And yeah, not even ironing it, making it straight, nothing, just sticking it on there. There we go. And oh, I think I end up, maybe not at this moment, but I end up putting pieces of paper over the top of some of that fabric. But I'm going to add a little bit as a tab further down in the book. If I can get it to staple properly. Need a bigger stapler. That one's a little small. It was great for work when I used to have to staple. Now we're all, basically paperless, so. Alright, there's a tab done. I'm just trying to decide what things need, and I decide, yep, I'm going to stick some paper. Oops, I'm losing things. From my scrap pile. The pile's gone down quite a bit, actually, from when I started this whole project, so I did use a lot of it. Still have quite a few bits left. I don't know about you, if you're a junk journaler or a crafter or whatever. Do you have lots of bits of paper? Do you save bits this small? I've been trying to purge a little bit or use it up because I'm accumulating way too much. Too much paper. Yeah, and I'm just, well, that one I glue sticked and glued. I guess I wanted to make sure that one was going to stick or something. I just keep adding bits. I decided I could, and I probably said this already, I'll probably say it again, I could fiddle with this book forever. With these little bits of paper, I could just keep sticking things in. So the spine was a little wobbly, like it wiggled too much. So I think this is me creating something to tie the two sticks together to try and keep them from wiggling. And they don't wiggle as much, but could I get a smaller piece of fabric to try and stuff through here and tie? I actually do get it tied together. But I think I could have started with something a little bit longer. And I don't think it would have hurt to have ties hanging off the back. I mean, I've seen a lot of journals where they do have like fibers and stuff hanging off the spine, which I think is kind of cute. So, you might have seen at the if you watched the last video, the end picture shows the finished cover. And I found this feather on Memorial Day with the little white dots on it, so I wanted to put it on here. It really disappears, and it's such a fine feather. It's not, I don't know if it's a down, you know, like the undercoat feathers, but it's not very sturdy, and messing with the book it just ends up all over, kind of spread out. But I wanted it on there, so that's what I did. And I do go through, I have random book text in that scrap box, so I do go through and stick random sentences in there. I decided, since on my 100-day project I did do some stitching, I wanted to incorporate that into my book. So I'm going to put some stitching in here. And I'm going ahead and using my waxed book thread because that's what I had handy. I'm sorry. I have too much stuff on my little table. I'm kind of off screen a little bit. I apologize. But I'm just doing little X stitches. Do they count as cross stitches? They're little X's. I'm just tying it off. I tried to make the back look as neat as possible. But I like the little black stitches on there. I think I pick another spot to put a few more stitches on. The pages are kind of thick, that's why I'm pre-poking the holes. Trying to thread my needle. There, I pushed it up a little bit. Does anybody like slow stitching? That's what this is slow stitching. I'm slowly stitching. Except for it's sped up. Try and make it go faster. There we go. And I decided to just put a random piece of this pink on here. The pink was on at least one of my 100-day projects, so I felt it needed to be included. So I just glue stick it and slap it on. It's not even square, it's just a random chunk of fabric. Found some more book text. We're going to put that on. My fingers are a tad sticky. I kind of like the randomness that happens when you just pick random pieces of text that aren't all in a row. People read it and try to incorporate some sort of story with it. I don't know, it's just kind of fun. Sometimes it does take on some sort of meaning. I don't think I put enough on there to make it feel like it was a story. I do end up putting a quote on it at the end, in the end. And here I'm just trying to use up scrap bits. Not really going for a composition, just adding, just piling it on. Alright, so this fake leaf I found on one of my walks. I never ended up using it, so I thought it should end up in my book. So I'm just sticking that on. And then I think I decide to put one of these seeds, I guess is the word. Because I put that on at least a few of them. So, and I had some extras, so I felt he deserved to be there. I thought about putting a rock somewhere, but I haven't done that yet. And I think the scribbles that I did on the rice paper look like the word love. Like the one on my project did, this extra piece does. Which I find very interesting. Because I did not write them that way. I wrote them like, I think it's Japanese characters from top to bottom, not left to right. I decided to incorporate my, I don't know, Japanese washi tape. Had to put at least a little bit in there. So, adding a little bit of glue stick to enhance its stickability. And I put it right over that plain spot because, you know, can't have a plain spot. Thing's way too busy for that. There we go. One more little sticker. So I decide I wanted to use my gold and my little mini gel plate and put circles on a couple of pages and like a golden X. So I'm just mono printing them on. I mean, I could have brushed them on with the paintbrush, but what fun would that be? It might stand out more, but I think it's fun this way. And one more circle for good measure. Oh, I decided I should incorporate a little Mamugami on here, so I pulled out one of my scraps and oiled up my hands, and we're going to create a little bit of Mamugami. And I don't think I videotaped the whole process of doing it. It takes repeated squishing and opening and squishing and opening till you get a piece of paper that resembles fabric. And then I'm going to stitch it on to one of the pages. And I didn't look to see what was on the other side, and it's that pink fabric. This time I'm going with white waxed thread, and I'm going to put a stitch in each of the corners. The hard part is lining it up with the holes. Once I get the first one down, the next one's a lot easier. So I've put the first stitch on and then tie it off. And then actually what I'm going to do is bring the needle up through one of the holes, but behind the Mamugami paper, and then just go over to the next corner so the cross string is hidden, so you don't see it on the back side and you don't see it on the front side. So then I'll go down through the back as soon as I get the needle back on there, because it came off. Go down through the back, and then I'm going to do my cross stitch. Try to line up the paper. I do things that are difficult for me, apparently. It wouldn't be hard if my nose was right down there, but then it would be in the way. So here again, I pull it up behind the Mamugami paper, and then we're going to go to the next corner and repeat that process. We're going to poke the 4 holes and create the stitch again. So I think this is the last thing you see me add. There's a little video clip at the end where I show you the poem. I guess it's a poem I added to the book and flipped through the pages. But I hope you enjoyed this project. If you like what I've created, please leave me a thumbs up or a comment, share with your friends, And if you've not subscribed to me and you like what you see, think about subscribing and hitting that bell icon, then you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And we're just about done stitching the Momogami paper on there. With the last stitch, I tie it off in the back. It's coming, it's coming. There we go. I'm going to tie it off and that will be it. And then I will flip through the book. So, it does say we'll move along. This is just a random bit of paper from some book text. But I was showing this to someone and I said it's just an artist book, like an art book. It's just for prettiness. It's not, you know, a story or anything. And she's like, but I looked through it and I feel like these words that are you've glued in there should say something. And they are just random. So I decided I would add some words. This one I believe was already collaged. So this one, I think this is the start of the oh gosh. Yeah, I need to like put some Daddy Vans on there or something because I've got a lot of collage medium on there. Okay, so a real challenge. Nope. Okay, and appears to be. Those ones are just random. Okay. That's the first. Take time to work. It is the price of success. Take time to think. Sure, I've only got one page. It is the source of power. Take time to play. It is the secret of perpetual youth. Take time to be friendly. It is the road to happiness. Take time to love and be loved. It is the privilege of the gods. Take time to share. Life is too short to be selfish. Take time to laugh. Laughter is the music of the soul. So, do you like my book? I think it's fun. I like just flipping through the pages. Let's see. I don't know. And I could keep fiddling, keep adding little bits and pieces. It's just, I want to say it's a blank slate, but it's quite colorful. But it has lots of potential. Like, I love the stitching, putting the stitching on there. And my Momogami. And I've got stitches over this now. That's okay. I could do something with that. I don't have Tim Holtz's tiny attacher. I have regular size staples. They're awful big. But I wanted to put some little fabric tabs. Anyways, I hope you liked this project. It's kind of just a little memorial to the 100-day project, I guess. And if I'm up for it, maybe I'll do a 100-day project again next year. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day.